Nothing more over here. Then there was this one house I was able to still enter, I think. At least. Yeah, that door over there. Yep. Then it should be all in this direction that I've looked through after I've been in this place. That sounded like something. When you approach the dresser, something moves inside. You hear a short, surprised intake of breath and then silence. Hello, is someone in there?
Go away. This isn't your home.
A small human. I say burn it out.
My god.
Ah, what are you doing? All right, I'll come out.
Burn it out.
Please, don't hurt me. I'll go back to the Chantry if you want. I didn't mean any harm.
I don't think I've had Sten here previously in this location because I don't remember that at all. That's sort of a comment. Not that one can remember everything when it's been years since I played this game. What's your name?
It's Bevan. My sister is Caitlin. She's probably at the Chantry looking for me.
So this is your house?
Yes. It was my mother's house. She's dead now. And Caitlin said we have to move away if we survive.
So what were you doing in there?
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
You could definitely trust me. Are you sure? Maybe I could help you somehow.
You could. Alright, I guess. Father said I could have his sword when I grew up. It was grandfather's. And grandfather was a great dragon slayer. I thought, if I was brave like grandfather, I could use his sword and kill the bad people who took mother.
You don't think you're a bit young to fight? Well, you had the right idea. You are indeed very brave.
Thank you, miss. But the sword is too heavy for me. I guess I'm not as strong as I thought I was.
I usually never choose that, but I thought that maybe. You'll grow up eventually, don't worry about it. You'll be even taller than I am.
That doesn't help us now. Caitlin says everyone's going to die tonight.
Maybe so. Nothing is exactly certain, but be brave, remember?
Yes, ma'am.
So where is the sword now?
In the chest. In Mother's room. Father gave me a key, but I'm not supposed to give it to anyone.
But I could use that sword to help the village.
But I can't give it to you. It was Father's. Caitlin would be so mad if I did.
Well, perhaps I could help you and your sister in return.
You could? Maybe you could give my sister money? She said if we had money, we'd be all right, even if Mother is dead.
I'll talk to your sister about it, I promise.
Oh, all right. Here's the key. I hope you use it to kill a lot of those bad people. I should go back to the Chantry. Good luck.
Thank you. Good luck to you too, boy. At least he was found. Book. But after all, we know that this is actually there, so it's not like I would be just wanting to steal it. Especially now, when it's not like I'm anymore living where I used to. Things were different back then. After all, I had to do what I had to do, and that's about it. Tales for the adventurous. And a chest. The green blade. It seems to be a pretty good blade. Let's see. Is it better than what Alistair has? Probably. Where is it? The green blade. Yeah. 9.10. That's actually a spot for something to armor penetration, nature resistance, damage versus beasts. So yes, it's better than what you were using previously. So do please go ahead and use it. That's a lot better idea for you to do. Okay, that's about it in here. We did waste, so to speak, one cold piece to be paying for getting that dwarf and his mercenaries to join the battle too, but still, at least it's a fellow dwarf, I guess, and fellow lowborn and everything.
The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
I'd like to talk about Twin.
Thanks for persuading him to come out here. He's going to be a great help. I just know it.
Hope so.
I have a
I'll
good
be
feeling
back.
about tonight.
I don't like being out here, Dwin. The mayor's giving me the evil eye.
And well he should. Because you're a good-for-nothing liar and a thief. Well, we don't understand why we're out here. We're out here because I say we're gonna help these people. And since I pay your wages, you're gonna do as I say.
Oh, sure, boss. Whatever you say.
Sure, boss. So there's that direction, and was there something else in here? I think there was, in the future, something more in
I'm
here,
led
especially.
to understand that the Canary have their own mages as well. Is this so?
You would not understand.
Not understand? Is it mental capacity that you believe I lack? Or are you worried I will sympathize with my so-called brethren?
Take your pick.
Is that supposed to make me angry?
It means I find myself wishing that your people held proper, civilized attitudes towards magic.
That is a rather hostile thing to say.
And yet you continue speaking. Astonishing.
So perfect. Perfect relationships in my party of adventurers.
Going.
Let's get another dead root. So many things I would need to improve. Yep, I think there's something here in the future, but nothing for the moment. I don't exactly remember what it was even, but something. I don't recall. I don't recall. Not in the least. Let's then go into here. We need to go and talk to the paladin, so to speak. I'm very certain that there's at least a treasure chest around here somewhere too, which I cannot open because I think that's the case. I don't even remember how I was supposed to. Yeah, I just needed to go around. Yep. But I'm pretty sure I can't open this chest. I just remember that I had to go around and open some chest afterwards. So, yep. Insufficient skill. Unless we can have an elf fruit. So it wasn't completely pointless to go there. So 2 chests at this point that I need to come and open up in this place. Because my skill is lacking. Oh yeah, we can go and talk here too, or go and see about this place. Location. Sure. Bella.
Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'll have to talk to Lloyd. He's got a vice grip on the spigots. I'm just here to keep the boys from mutiny.
From mutiny, you say? So, how has business been?
What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local. And they're all in the militia with no money to spend. The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a greasy pig. And if I didn't need this job so badly,
You don't seem to care much for Lloyd, I take it.
He gropes me and pays me next to nothing. But I suppose it could be worse. Not like I've got many options.
Why don't you leave then?
And go where? With no money and no prospects, I just end up somewhere else working for someone worse.
You could leave if you had some help.
You mean after the fighting's over? I'd really like that. What would I have to do in return?
I was thinking rather to talk to Lloyd then start doing this. Well, let's see if I can do something to help. I'm not sure. But how about not ending up into another tavern at the very least? Doesn't seem to be a good life.
Well, I can't promise that, but thank you. I don't really know what to say.
But what do you know about the elf in the corner? At least promising help might be giving us some more information. That's what I might be thinking.
Not much. He's very quiet. Says his name's Beric and he's here to meet his brother, but I think he's lying. He's a bit creepy.
Creepy, eh? Shouldn't you be at the Chantry on the other hand?
Later on, yes. Lloyd will lock himself in the cellar, and I'll go to the Chantry. Are you fighting tonight?
Yes, I am.
That's good to hear. I didn't know that.
I should go then.
Keep safe.
Alrighty. Oh, a dwarf. And some militia.
I can't believe Lloyd won't even give us some free ale. A time like this, and all he thinks about is turning a profit.
Did you expect any different? That bastard's always been cheaper than an tea from the hall.
Here we are defending the village, and he don't even have the decency to help us out.
Better you should be drunk for the coming battle.
I was drunk for the last 2 fights, and I wouldn't have it any other way. If you fought those things, you'd know.
Lloyd is charging us for coin we don't even got anymore. Nobody's working right now. We're all just trying to survive.
Ah, what difference does it make? He won't care.
Quest updated if I want to do something about that. So, an elf all the way over here, eh, Berwick?
Not looking for company.
I hear you're Berwick.
What? How did you know that? Well, that's my name. Why?
You seem awfully nervous. Why is that? That was kind of a nervous answer. How did you know my name?
No reason. I just didn't know how you knew my name. That's all.
You said you were waiting for your brother.
My what? Oh,
Uh-huh.
yes. He was supposed to meet me here. And then I got stuck here when monsters from the castle attacked.
Uh-huh. And I'm supposed to believe that when you say it like that?
Look, you're very pretty and all, but I was told to... just leave me alone.
Pretty? Me? I'm not going anywhere. Start talking.
About what? Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people.
I didn't say anything about being a Grey Warden. And how do you know I'm a Grey Warden, eh?
I just, overheard it, that's all.
Uh-huh.
If you'll excuse me, I want to get to the Chantry before the sun goes down.
This will be easier if you just tell me what you're hiding.
But I never... Oh, all right, I'll tell you. Just don't hurt me. This is more than I bargained for. Look, they just paid me to watch the castle and send word if anything should change. But they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything since this started. I'm stuck, same as you, I swear.
Who are they? Who hired you to do this?
A tall fellow. I forget his name. He, said he was working for Hal. Arl Rendon Hal.
Perfect.
He's an important man, Terran Logain's right hand. So I didn't do anything wrong.
What are you supposed to watch the castle for?
Just to report any changes, honest. All I could send word about was the Arl getting sick. After that, monsters started coming from the castle.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
Here, this is a letter from them. It has instructions and everything. Keep it, do whatever you want with it. I just thought I was serving the king and making a bit of coin on the side. You have to believe me.
I believe you now that you gave me a letter even to prove it. So you should probably defend Redcliffe tonight, considering you are just as much in the trouble than anyone else.
Fitting.
Oh, all right. I'll do it. Thank you for your mercy. I won't forget it.
Berwick's letter. Codex updated. So, Berwick's letter. Berwick, we need your eyes and ears in Redcliffe. Stay in the village, keep your head down, and watch the castle. Report any changes and you'll be paid. A letter in Berwick's possession. That used to be in his possession. More like a graffiti. That's kind of strange, having a graffiti in here. Graffiti. What is this? Don't eat the cheese. Scratch into the bar of Redcliffe's Tavern. Okay, don't eat the cheese. I'll remember that. Hello, Lloyd.
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever met before. Stranger to the village, I take it.
What a
Haven't had many
surprise.
travellers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bet you regret coming, yes?
Have you seen a lot of doors around here? There's few, yeah, but certainly not that many. I would assume that it's pretty clear to see that I'm not from around here. What do you mean?
Oh, you know, evil creatures, impending doom, civil war, and the Earl's dead in the castle. Makes you thirsty, don't it? So, what'll it be? You are here to drink, I hope.
Am I? Am I? Who are you anyway?
Name's Lloyd. We don't get many dwarves out here. Occasional trader, maybe. You're a smith? I hear old Owen could use a replacement.
Not all fours are smiths, you know.
I suppose. Never thought about it much. Something else I can get for you?
I was almost tempted to say that insult one when I said it, then noticed it. Answer a few questions, if you will.
Fine. Make them quick.
Why are you still open?
I'm not abandoning my tavern because of a few monsters. The second I'm in the Chantry, Murdoch and his men will be here drinking all my ale.
Uh-huh. I'm sure they will have a lot of time trying to do that. What do you know about what's happened here?
Not a lot. Castle guards stopped coming in about a week back. It's unusual, too. They were my main source of business. After a few days, I thought it strange enough to ask. But nobody heard anything. Anyone going up to the castle didn't come back. When the first attack hit, I locked myself in the cellar. I say we just wait for help to come.
Let's talk about something else.
Something else I can get for you? Fine.
Or was
Make
this
them
the
quick.
same thing? So why aren't you helping defend the village?
Why? When them creatures attack, I lock myself in the cellar. Just batten the hatches and wait it out. What's the point in getting myself killed with all the rest of them? If that makes me a coward, then I'm a coward.
Then be a coward if that's what you want.
Well, yes. I suppose that is what I want.
Something else.
Something else I can get for you?
I don't really want to say this because it seems more reasonable that they don't drink too much, to be
Right.
honest.
I've got some supplies too, in case you're interested. With the store closed down, it doesn't hurt to pick up some of the slack, eh?
A? Yes, A. Maybe A, no. Let's see. Do I want to sell something? I can sell the longsword at least. Do I want to sell that? It does have a little bit of an armor penetration too, but yeah, it requires 15 strength. Maybe I could be using, or Alistair could be using it at the moment. Mayhaps. I could at least buy your lesser poultices. They aren't that expensive anyways. That I won't be buying right now. Elf fruit. Kind of liking the idea of buying some more elf fruit, to be honest. They can easily be made then to some more of those. What about these flasks? I could buy a couple of more, I guess. Not many. Just so that we have for sure at least the 1 gold piece. Sure, I'll buy an ale. I guess. Let's go. We still have some places to be at before we will be ready to fight the battle at the night. Maybe I should be using the road, not just try to walk off the cliff. Just maybe. Maybe that would be a sensible option. That was also, I'm very certain, one of those doors that I need to go later at, but there shouldn't be anything yet. Well, I'll go and check just in case. That was a weird looking walk into this spot. Hello, Dendral Carison.
Yes, what can I do for you?
Okay, I actually have already a letter for you, so that's good. I have a letter for you from the Blackstone Irregulars.
I knew this time would come. I should have listened to my wife. Don't sign that paper, she said. They might pay you a few sovereigns now, but they'll be back. Blast. I'll see you on the front lines, I suppose.
Yep, that's at least done. 1 letter delivered. Let me read your books. Ballad of Aislich. Then I was able to see a chest here that I cannot open. So number 3 chest that I cannot open. So many chests unopenable. Sad times. Very sad times. Sad, sad times. Then
There's
over
one
here.
thing I do not understand, Alistair.
Just the one thing.
About you, perhaps. Why the deception over your parentage?
I'd figure you'd be the sort who knows all about deception.
I do. And what use the deception might have had ended when King Cailan perished, did it not?
Maybe. I guess I was sort of hoping that would go away.
The truth does not go away.
I didn't say it was a good plan.
Didn't say it was a good plan. Good old Alistair. Good old Alistair. Let's go here then to talk to them. Sir Pert.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Ban Tegan is to see you here. I must admit I am unfamiliar with addressing a dwarf of your station. I do not wish to be rude.
Call me Grey Warden, well that's what I am now.
Grey Warden it is then, and thank you kindly. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with a Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
Maybe not all, just almost. So is there anything I can do to help?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
Well, have you considered using the oil in the village store?
No one told me of this. Oil, you say? How much exactly?
Enough to set many monsters aflame.
Assuming that would hurt them. Yes, I see what you have in mind. That might be effective, if used carefully. Yes, excellent idea. I'll send some men to collect the oil. We'll use it to slow these creatures down. Have you anything else to ask me in the meantime?
I do have some questions for you.
Ask me whatever you wish.
Tell me about what's happened here.
You know about as much as I do. I returned a day before the attacks began, having heard strange rumors about the abandoned castle. I was the only knight to survive the first attack. Since then, I found others returning from the Arlessa's quest. Until we get to the source of this evil, though, I do not think it will stop. And I don't believe we will be enough.
You mentioned something about an urn.
When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, Arlessa Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
They say the followers of Andraste smuggled her ashes out of Tevinter and hid them in Ferelden. The urn's never been heard of since.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here.
Why did the Arlessa believe anyone could find the urn?
The Jarl once employed a scholar, Brother Genetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told.
So can no one find the other knights and bring them back?
Eventually, perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days. I only returned myself because I was passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks.
So the knights left the castle defenseless?
Not at all. A great number of soldiers remained in Castle Redcliffe. I wonder if they perished there and were transformed into these things. The thought chills my blood.
Just what was the Jarl's secret?
We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. He brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Arlessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish.
Alrighty. What is your status then?
We retrieved more oil from the village store. It is ready to use as our first line of defense, as you suggested. Overall, my fellow knights are nervous about the coming battle. Death is almost certain, but we will fight and die valiantly if that's what the Maker demands.
Alrighty, let me go and
As you wish,
see if
Grey
I can
Warden.
do something about
Make a
that
watch over you.
blessing for you guys. Hey, Morrigan gained a level up, that's also nice to see. Let's see, what would I like you to get? So, directly increases character spell power scores, potency of all spells. Potions, wolves and salves are for all classes, and then willpower for our warriors and rogues. Willpower grants more stamina, but for you it was the rest. Cast more spells thanks to a deeper mana pool. Let's get you some more of that, to be honest, right now. I think I would like that. But what sort of a spell now? That's a good question. There's so many spell choices, to be honest, that it's like difficult to choose exactly what to take. Well. Shock. Cone of Lightning. Does sound pretty nice, especially when you have some of it. I know heal would be a very sensible thing to take so that we wouldn't be using so many hail impulses, but it just seems so weird to take for Morrigan for me somehow, because the other is the mage who actually has this to begin with, but she doesn't. It feels very strange to then decide to be starting to take it. I'll consider it, but I'm not sure if I will be taking the healing. I'll think about it. Force field. Barrier around the target who becomes completely immune to damage for the duration of the spell but cannot move. Maybe. Any hostile spell targeted at the caster being absorbed into the fate. The caster creates a parasitic bond with the spellcasting target, absorbing a small amount of mana from it. That definitely works at least against spellcasters. I do think I want to take that, at least at some point. Then you do have quite a lot of these entropy spells. Caster draws in nearby entropic energy, draining residual life force from any dead enemy nearby to heal the caster. You don't exactly need it at the moment. Inflicting penalties to attack and defense, as well as reducing its movement speed unless it passes a physical resistance check. And then a Contagious Hex inflicts penalties to cold resistance, electric resistance, target and all other enemies nearby. Affliction Hex is definitely better than this because it does it to all nearby enemies. So that is definitely nice. To be honest, considering you have this at this point, this is of course one of those that has friendly fire possibility, but let's take Shock. You have already lightning anyways. This is of course going to be a little bit something that I have to be careful while trying to go and cast. That's for certainty. What What should I take away from here? I think you won't be using those that often, to be honest, so I will take it away. And let's see about getting to this skill over here. Well, it is over there already, Assaz, I guess. Yep. Then these ones I can move around a little bit. Vulnerability Hex. Like trying to see how do I want these things to be ordered about and around. So train life, then these are all of those things. Alright. I think that's okay for the moment. And these ones maybe I will take, but on the other hand, she is a mage, yes, but she's not that type of a mage. So I have to be thinking about it. It's, like I said, it's difficult for me to do those sort of choices sometimes. Is anyone else close to a level up? Well, you've gained some experience. No one is really close to a level up now, though. No one else. There was also some other stuff that I needed to actually loot over there, but I can get to it when I go and return and tell that either yes or no, there will be some help or there won't be some help for them. Sorry, we're going right here in the middle of you guys.
Going.
Yes, go in. Hello.
Bevan said you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you.
About the sword I found in your home.
Bevan told me about Grandfather's sword. So you have it then? I suppose it won't go to waste, at least.
I can return it after the battle, if she would choose it. It belongs to your family.
Use it well. If we survive, I'll gladly take it back. Thank you again for Bevan. With my mother gone, well, I'm just glad he's safe. I can't thank you enough.
To be honest, that seems logical enough, especially because we're gonna find better swords in the future, so it's not that big of an issue. Just stay safe, both of you.
The Maker sent you. I just know it. Thank you again.
No Maker exists. There's no such thing as a Maker. I could have paid for it too, but... I think that will be fine. You.
What is it you need, child?
I'm not your child. Sir Pert needs holy protection for the knights.
I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
What do you mean?
Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
But if they think it helps them, then there's more of a chance of us all surviving.
I suppose their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
And that sounds a-okay. Alrighty, let's go back. Let's go back all the way. Sitting and doing all of their quests around the place takes quite a while, doesn't it? Takes quite a while. All of the things they want us to do. I think I want to at least try to do the battle still today in this playing session, and after that then the castle, going through the castle will be for the next time, I'd say. I think that will be a good plan. Let's see.
No word from the
Andastres Craze. I wonder who could like that.
And it is an unnatural stillness, as though there is naught in there but death. Say no more. The Arl lives, and I will not listen to your inauspicious chatter.
Inauspicious shatter. Ah, there's the castle. Let's go and check the inside here at least quickly. I don't remember if there was really much, but something little bit. Love letter. Here, correspondence. A collection of embarrassing personal communications between the spoiled wealthy and their object of obsession. You are filthy, a beast, such depravity I have never been forced to suffer. How words are so laden with they leave your lips is beyond decent imagination. Madam, I love you, Sir Algold. Okay. Alrighty then. A love letter. How nice. Has a lovely, lovely love letter. Yeah, nothing over there. Let's just save over here. All good. I don't think I need to go there, so Sir Bert.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
Yes. You wanted holy protection, right?
Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
Mother Hannah has some holy amulets. Would those do?
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice.
I'm glad I could help.
I will send some men to collect the amulets. Please give my regards to Mother Hannah for seeing some sense at last.
Is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Carry on. I am
you
ready
wish, Grey
to
Warden.
do my
Make a
stance,
watch
but
over you.
let's do a save then, I'd say. Just so we have it all good and ready.
Mother Hannah's amulets have greatly bolstered my men's confidence. You couldn't have armed us with any better than our faith in the Maker.
Alrighty. So, I'm ready to make my stand here.
There is still time before the sun goes down. If you have not yet spoken to Murdoch, or if there is anything you have planned...
I can't think of anything else. No, I'm ready now. Wait for the nightfall.
Good luck to you then, and may the Maker watch over us all.
To be continued with Kidarusha next time in Dragon Age.